You know that feeling when your AI assistant just forgets everything? It's like it has the memory of a goldfish. Well, today we're looking at a brand new approach from Anthropic's Claude that's trying to fix that exact problem. And it's not about just cramming in more memory, it's about remembering smarter. Honestly, this could be a total game changer for how we all work with AI.
Oh, we have all been there, right? You spend what feels like an eternity briefing your AI on some super complex project. You get it all set up, and then it forgets one crucial detail. Or even worse, it mixes it up with something you talked about last week. It is an absolute workflow killer.
So, this frustrating problem, it actually has a name: context pollution. The best way to think about it is to imagine your desk. When you start a new project, it's probably nice and clean. But as the days go by, old notes, random papers, unrelated documents, they all start to pile up until you can barely find what you need. That is exactly what's happening inside your AI's memory.
Okay, so to really appreciate why Claude's new approach is such a big deal, we've got to quickly look at how most AIs right now, like ChatGPT, are designed to remember things, because this, right here, is the root of the whole problem.
The way it usually works is, well, it's like one giant messy junk drawer. Everything gets tossed in there together. Your core preferences, like, I'm a software developer who loves Star Trek, gets thrown in right next to that sourdough recipe you asked for last Tuesday and this morning's marketing plan. It all just gets jumbled up, creating that exact context pollution we were just talking about.
All right, so that's the old, messy way. Now, let's get to the good stuff, Claude's solution. They've built a totally new architecture, and it's all centered around this really powerful idea they call top of mind.
And this, right here, is the core difference. Instead of one big, messy stream of consciousness, Claude separates memory into two totally different categories. First, you've got your core identity. That's the fundamental stuff about who you are. And second, you've got your top of mind, which is only about what you're focused on right now. That simple separation is the key. It completely shields who you are from all the clutter of your day-to-day tasks.
But look, a smart structure is only half the battle. The real secret sauce here, the thing that makes Claude systems so unique, is that it actively cleans up its own memory every single day.
It all works on a daily cycle. First, Claude figures out and locks in your core identity. That's the permanent foundation. Then, as you go about your day, it logs all your tasks in that temporary top-of-mind category. Now here's the magic part. At the end of the day, that whole temporary memory just gets archived, put away. So the next morning you start with a completely fresh top of mind, but it still knows who you are. It's like having a personal assistant who perfectly tidies up your desk every single night.
So this is a really clever system, no doubt about it, but why does it actually matter for you and me? What's the real-world benefit of doing all this?
Well, the goal here is to raise the AI up from being just a simple tool that only remembers your last command to being a true partner that actually understands you and understands the context of what you're working on today. It holds on to your long-term preferences without letting them get in the way of your short-term projects. This isn't just about better recall. It's a huge leap towards genuine, focused understanding.
And all of this leaves us with a really fascinating question, doesn't it? I mean, Claude's approach is a brilliant solution, but it highlights the central challenge for pretty much all AI developers. How do you build an AI that knows us intimately, that really gets us, but also gives us the freedom to start fresh every day without being weighed down by the past? Finding that perfect balance? Well, that might just be the next great frontier for personalized AI.